Anyway, windmill. So we're going to go feet apart, and you're going to bring your right arm over your head. Now, the purpose of this exercise is that the right arm stays perpendicular and almost in the same position the whole time. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to push our hips back. We're going to push our hips back into the right side. So my hips going back into the right side. And I'm just going to reach down. I don't have to touch the floor. I'm going to reach down, and I'm going to try to keep my arm straight up and down. And then I'm going to rotate my torso so that I can actually look up at my fingertips. All right, bend your knees a little bit. Let's everybody bend your knees on this first one. Yeah. All right, and then now using your right side torso, your obliques, squeeze them so your rib cage is heading down towards your pelvis, and lift yourself with those rib cage muscles. Awesome. Keep the arms straight up and down. Now let's do it again. So we're going to reach. We can reach down even further if you want. Rotate. Make sure you get that rotation in. Now squeeze the right side rib cage and lift your body with those muscles. Nice. Good. Let's do it again. We're going to go down. We're going to push our hip way back, rotate, really get a good rotation. I'm using the floor. I'm able to touch the floor, so I'm literally pushing into the floor with my mid-back. Now I'm going to squeeze my right obliques, and with those right obliques, I'm going to lift my body straight up to the ceiling. All right. Whew. I think that was 3, right? We're going to do 2 more. Let's get the arm up, and let's go down. Let's reach, rotate, squeeze, and lift. All right, and one more. Reach, rotate, reach for the floor, squeeze the right rib cage muscles in, lift that body up. Good, now you can drop your shoulder. Whew. All right, other side. Left arm up, and I'll show you from the angle. I'm going to keep that left arm straight up and down. We're going to push our hips back, and we're going to rotate. And again, you don't have to go all the way to the floor right now. Keep the knees bent. Look up at those fingertips. Keep the arm perpendicular to the floor. Squeeze your left side torso. Lift your body in the air. Good. Let's do it again. We're going to rotate. We're going to reach for the ground. We can keep those knees bent. We're going to get a good big rotation. Keep that left arm straight up and down. Squeeze your left rib cage down to your pelvis and lift. Good. Another one. Down and reach. You can play around with your legs now. You can get that big rotation. Squeeze those rib cages down to the pelvis and lift your body. And another one. I think this is 4. And lift with those rib cages. And last one. Get down into the hip. Really mobilize that hip. Squeeze the left obliques and lift the body up in the air. Nice. All right. Let me check my camera. We're still good. Okay, on your left side, everybody down on the left side, you're going to now put your, even though your shoulder blades are back in neutral, you're going to rest your head on your left arm. And then we're going to get, our knees are bent, and our feet are underneath our butt. So they're in line with, right underneath our butt. And what you're going to do is take your right arm and rest it right on your left leg. And now you're going to drive your right knee up in the air. Okay, so we're going to do about 20 of these. As you're doing this, I want you to make sure your pelvis is straight up and down. You're not rotating your pelvis back. You should be sitting right on your pelvic bone, not on your butt. Good. And this is going right into the external rotators of the hip, your piriformis, your glute med. You should be feeling that burning up. Colleen, you can rest your arm right on your right leg. Yeah. And, all right, good. Oh, maybe you were. I didn't see that. Okay, now you can straighten your right leg. Make sure it's nice and straight. And we're going to draw our stomachs in a little bit and pull your left side off the floor. So there's a little space between your left side and the floor. The pelvis is straight up and down. Put your right hand on your pelvic bone. This is a check to make sure your pelvis isn't rocking forward, back, or up and down. And now we're just going to lift that right leg a little bit and then down. Good. Everybody's doing great. You're not going to lift too high, because if you lift too high, you're going to move your pelvis. If you lift too high, you're going to push your left side into the floor. Good. Make sure your foot is staying straight ahead. What's that? Oh. I was talking about food. All right, about 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ow. Okay. Face down. Your forehead is going to be resting on your hands. You're going to draw your belly button off the floor. That's going to depress your pelvic bone into the floor. And then you're going to squeeze your right glute, just your right glute. As you squeeze that right glute, you may feel your quad and your hamstring, possibly even your calf start to tighten up. I want you to focus your energy into the right glute. Now, without rotating your hip, okay, you're going to try to keep your right side hip down. You're going to squeeze your glute so much that you lift your leg. You're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Very good. Let's do it again. You're going to squeeze the right glute, put the energy into the right glute, lift the leg, push that right hip bone down into the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, down. One more, squeeze the right glute, lift and push the right side hip down. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, good. Let's go to the other side. Does everybody feel that hip? All fired up, right? Okay. Now we're going to go on the other side. Our shoulders are back. That's very important. Our head is supported by our right arm. We're pulling our right side rib cage off the floor so that there's space between our side and the floor. Our hip is straight up and down. Feet are under your glutes, and now lift the left leg. Yep. And put your left arm rested on your right leg. Rest your left arm on your left leg. Yes. Good. Good work, everybody. Couple more. Okay. Now we can put that left leg straight. Put our left hand on our left hip bone. Okay, we're going to straighten that left leg. We're going to push it a little bit behind us, not too much. Draw your belly buttons in, and then start lifting the hip. Okay? Our left hand is in control of our left hip. We're making sure we're not rocking the left hip forward, back, down, up. Keeping it nice and level, cemented. Cement the hip to the ground. Good. Make sure your leg stays a little bit behind you. Stomach is drawn in. And good. All right, face down. Rest your forehead on your hands. You're going to draw your belly button off the floor, depress your pelvic bone into the floor. Oh, most important, shoulder blades, bring them down your back. Okay, when you bring your shoulder blades down your back, you're going to feel your stomach get pushed into the floor again. So you got to draw the stomach up, but at the same time, push your shoulder blades down your back. They work against each other. Okay, now we're going to squeeze our left glute. We're going to make sure that left leg is straight, squeeze the left glute, and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. All right, squeeze the left glute again. Make sure the energy is going into the glute and away from the other muscles. Lift and push your left hip bone down into the floor.
stomach up. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And again, squeeze the left glute. Squeeze it so much that it elevates. The left hip is down. The stomach, the belly button is drawn up. Your shoulder blades are down your back. Keep working on those shoulder blades, down your back. And bring it down. Good. All right.
Goosey goosey.
All right, you guys